This is Bill and Deb North of Florida Weekend Warriors, and in this video we are not in Florida. We have booked a one-week cruise to Alaska on Royal Caribbean. We're headed to Juneau, Skagway, Sitka, and Victoria. But first we gotta head to Seattle to get on the cruise ship. Seattle is a very interesting place. There's a lot of interesting people there, and you could literally just sit around and people watch all day. There's some things in Seattle that you really want to see, and then you realize that you really didn't want to see it after all. Sailfish Sea Tours at Miners Landing was awesome, and so was the Great Wheel. On both of these attractions, you can even order a cold beer and get it in a sippy cup so you don't spill it.
The Columbia Center Observation Deck is on the 73rd floor. If you have a fear of heights, it's the perfect place to go to get terrified.
There's two different cruise terminals in Seattle. This ship here is not ours. We're on Pier 91 over by the Queen Elizabeth. The other cruise terminal is pretty far from the airport, and an Uber ride is $120. So make sure you schedule the shuttle with your cruise line. You'll save a bunch of money. It was only $68 for both of us. I didn't record much about the ship. It was your typical cruise ship. It did have this interesting athletic area that was used for everything from roller skating to bumper cars, but the bumper cars weren't working. It did also have this ripcord by iFly, which was pretty cool. It was all the way in the very back of the ship with the flow rider.
We're off. We've bon voyage, we've casted the lines, and we are heading out to sea.
On our first full sea day, there wasn't much to see. I didn't even record any of it because it got super foggy and you couldn't see anything really but the sea fog. The next morning, on our way into Juneau, the weather had cleared and we woke up to this beautiful sunrise. And as the sun rose higher and higher, we could eventually see whales. You could see their spray in the sunlight from their blow. Just saw a whale. Went down. Probably just came up to look at the ship. All I saw was the giant spray in the air and a splash. I don't know if you can see it in the video. There's a whole pod of whales coming up over there. It looks like sailboats, but it's not sailboats. It's whales blowing. The whales are everywhere. There's even a whale watching boat right off the ship. There's one right by the ship.
I saw it! I saw two of them! Oh, three of them! Holy crap! You getting them?
Yeah. Here comes a pilot ship. One had the tail come up the minute ago. It's funny, I can hear it all the way up here. They're just everywhere. Don't you see them now? Here comes the pilot. Comes his tail. Seeing all the whales at sunrise was absolutely stunning. It's going to be a beautiful day in Juneau, clear skies. We booked a tour on a bus that's going to take us out to the glacier. It drops you off at the visitor center, and you can hike out by the glacier and see the infamous waterfall. Here we are in Juneau. Queen Elizabeth. We are docking. Famous Tracy's King Crab Shop. We waited here at the tram to catch our bus. Our guide highly recommended the tram, but it looked very expensive and it also looked very crowded. Each tram car was just jammed full of people. It was about a half-hour bus ride out to the visitor center. Pretty cold? It's crystal clear. Glaciers right there. See it better way back there. Right side of the mountain blocking our view. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Water looks ice cold. It's time to head back because we want to go to the visitor center and watch the movie in there. And then also across the street is a salmon viewing platform that we wanted to go see. And on our way back, we even spotted an iceberg. Once you get around the corner, you can get a lot better view of the glacier. You can also see it pretty good from the visitor center. And then you can use your camera to zoom in on it.
More red than the others. Look how red that one is.
There we go. Coming upstream to breed and die. Like their friends. This is the dead end. It's time to get on the bus, and when we get back into town, we definitely want to go to the Red Dog Saloon. The Red Dog Saloon is one of the oldest bars in Alaska. It's an old country western style bar with live entertainment. There's a guy in there who's 86 years old who claims he's been doing a show there every day for over 40 some years. He's quite the entertainer.
State bird here. How many of you know what the state bird is? Bullshit. Bullshit. It's not an eagle. Does anybody know? Do you all read anymore, or you just Google shit? Nobody reads. No, it's a mosquito. That's our state bird. Look it up. It'll say that. Peter and my Peter. Peter and my Peter, whack it off. There's some people right down here ain't paying no attention. They're on their damn cell phones. And I just don't understand that kind of shit anymore when I'm doing this show. I've been doing this for 50 years, 60 years, folks. Princess Cruise Line. about 55
right.
years ago.
David's going to have her first duck
It's an
part.
Irish tune. He was an Irish captain.
You ready?
So I'm singing a line. You answer me back. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Kind of burns.
Get the whole thing?
No.
What shall we do with the
Bottom's
drunken sailor?
Bottom's good.
Bottom's good.
Good morning. Today's adventure, we are in Skagway. There's our ship, Anthem of the Seas, and we just have a small little walk to downtown. It's a beautiful day. I'm wearing short sleeves. It's about a 15-minute walk off the ship into the middle of downtown to pick up our excursion. We took a bus tour. It's going up to the summit at White Pass. It's basically the same place that the train goes, except with the on the bus you get to get off and take some pictures. We also booked tickets to a live show, the Days of '98 show. It's about the history of Skagway. And if you get a chance, go to the visitor center and the cemetery. It ties all three of them together. It's well worth it. Here's one of our first stops on our tour from Southeast Tours. What's nice about this tour is you get to stop and see stuff, and the guide explains stuff to you before you get there, so you get a good heads up before you pass it by. The pipe that you see that runs down this mountain provides hydroelectric power for all of Skagway. And Skagway is the only Alaskan city in southeast Alaska that you can actually drive to by car. We had to have our passports today because when we head up to the summit, we're actually going to be in Canada. In a second, you'll see the train go by. We're both actually heading up to the summit. We're going to exactly a similar spot to where the train goes. Here comes the train. Looks like they're slowing down so that everyone can take some pictures. What's nice about the bus is it's like less than half of the cost of the train, and then plus you end up getting to see the cemetery in Skagway. Okay, Deb, say something smart.
Beautiful.
Yeah? Anything else?
Nothing
That's
smart.
all you got?
Nothing smart.
Okay. At the summit. We're up so high that there's not even any trees up here. We're actually on the Canadian side, and there is a restroom once you get up here. We actually enjoyed the ride up. It was a little prettier, had more trees on the mountains, and with the snow on them, it was really nice. Blast through the rock. Here we are at the summit. This view is just a little bit farther down the road. This view is actually from the bathrooms. The bathrooms are actually in front of me. Time to get back on the road and head down the mountain. And our next stop is supposed to be by the cemetery. Skagway was a gold rush town, so most of the graves in here, most of the people died during the Great Gold Rush. What's really cool about the cemetery is it ties into the story of Soapy Smith, which is described at the Can show that we saw, that we have tickets to later. It's well worth it. We really enjoyed it. Right next to the cemetery is a nice waterfall that you can hike to. It's about a 5-minute hike. We're at the Gold Rush Cemetery in Skagway. This is the waterfall that's right behind the cemetery. Super cool. Oh, whoa, it's very slippery. Okay. Over to the side. What do you think of the tour?
I thought it was very good.
Yeah, very nice tour. We headed to the Skagway Brewing Company, had a couple of spruce tip beers and a little bit of food, and then it was time to head off to our show. It's amazing how much brighter it comes out with the phone.
Wake up, you dreamers, and listen to me. The time has come to face the problems of our country. The one question, the supreme question that stands before us today, friends, is vital to the welfare of the Republic. Friends, the all-important question which I propound to you and for which I earnestly seek the answer is this. How are you fixed for soap?
I do mean working girl, the delicacy of the house, the sensational swirl tooth salad.
You're gonna love this.
To complete our perfect day in Skagway, Alaska, when we got back to the ship, we got some really good news.
Congratulations from Skagway, Alaska.
We'll see you.
Another little boy.
See you soon.
See you soon. Love you guys.
Bye. On our last day in Alaska, we were in Sitka. We did not book a tour. We decided to just walk around. One of the first things we did, we went to the Russian orphanage. It does not open up until 9 o'clock. So we actually hung around for 15 minutes and waited for it to open because we read online that if you go in the afternoon, it just gets way too crowded in there to enjoy it. We then headed to the Sitka National Historical Park, just a couple minutes down the road. Saw a bunch of really cool totem poles, and there's a beautiful forest to walk through. And on the way is a salmon hatchery, and the salmon were running. We're in Sitka. Wow. Look at all the salmon. Solid salmon. If you're in Sitka, don't forget to go to the Russian church. This is one of only 4 buildings from the Russians left standing after the United States purchased the territory from Russia. It's a really cool spot to see. We finished our day up in Sitka by going to Castle Hill. It's right off of downtown. It's not far from the church. We were tired. We walked the whole way. So we had in over 12,000 steps, and we're looking forward to getting back on the ship. Well, we're sitting here in Seattle, waiting to get off the ship. So now we have rented an RV twice in Alaska and once in Canada. And this time we took a cruise that went to both Alaska and Canada. And which do you think you'd rather do?
I actually enjoyed the RV a little bit more because we could go at our own pace. Less crowds, for sure, less crowds.
It was about the same cost. Rent the RV was around $250 to $300 per day, and then you had food and gas. The gas wasn't that expensive in Alaska, and the food, if you got it at Costco in Anchorage or Fred Meyer's in Anchorage, it was only about 20 or 30% more than the States, so the cost is about the same. I mean, the cruise is nice. It was really nice having someone make your bed each day and drive the boat for you and
prepare your food.
Prepare all your food. But we probably spent half hour, 45 minutes a day waiting in the line for the elevator because there's so many people on the ship. But really, your days in port all revolve around your excursion, trying to get on the boat, off the boat, taking a transportation to your excursion, the next thing you know, it's time to get back on the boat. All you do is maybe see some shops at the cruise port.
You don't have a lot of time to explore like you would in an RV.
Yeah.
You can pull off anywhere you want. You can look at anything that you want. This is more excursion based. So, I mean, there's pros and cons to both, but definitely because of the RV situation, I would definitely take an RV over a cruise ship.
Yeah, it takes more planning. It takes more planning because you got to plan your route and plan where you're going to stay, and then you do have the cost of the campgrounds. And in Alaska, there's plenty of places to stay for free. In Canada, not so much. But anyways, we did enjoy the cruise, and I'm sure we got another cruise in February that we're going to go on to Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, or however you pronounce it. So we hope you like this video. Give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on our next adventure. See ya.